And then lastly, we have this EXC. Again, utilities have been somewhat strong lately. We have earnings later in the week, but again, we can see the base that's been forming. It's been having some issues battling with this 44 breakout area. We get that pull in, maybe it shakes out this 42, and we keep an eye on that next attempt, maybe somewhere around here in a week or two through that 44. The only current position I'm in is this SMCI. We took this, a few members through this 50. I got shooken out when it came back and retested, and this was a recurring lesson from my recent trades. And the biggest takeaway with this was to, when I have these break-even stops, is to be willing to buy the name back through the new breakout level. So got stopped out break even in SMCI, came right back, bought 54 on Friday, and up 10% today. Looks great. Finally pushing out of that base. Again, very extended in the short term, but maybe we get another push tomorrow into this kind of gap fill area and take some profits in the extended move that it's had. So taking this lesson, this retest lesson, we're going to skip the good trades because the good trades kind of work themselves out, but the bad trades I've had recently, it's been that same recurring theme with SMCI, where my emphasis is always to minimize the risk as much as I can. And what I've seen in the last month is doing that, I was too aggressive with how close I was keeping those stops break even. So BK, we had a very nice breakout, and I had that break even stop, which it got me out here break even. Not a big deal. Would have failed regardless, but I did not get back into the trade, and it still set up perfectly and kind of off to the races that me and George were in, and we kind of got broken out, got shooken out, and didn't get back in. And this is this recurring lesson looking back at my trades for the past few weeks. Same thing with this Ulta. Saw the flag forming, got in after a couple of days, got pushed out break even, did not buy it back, and it goes higher. So we have, SMCI was the lesson learned, and fixing that mistake moving forward, which I've seen the results of that today. But seeing these prior mistakes in these couple of trades was where this lesson kind of came from. And in this lower VIX environment, giving a little bit more room than break even seems to be the move right now when volatility is extremely low. So again, broken record here. But with this EXPE, same thing, bought the breakout, but with the move, a few days of it chopping around, comes back to my price, I move on, break even stop, and don't get back in for the next move. And then lastly, same thing with this Google, bought the breakout, stopped out, and missing that second leg. So that was the recurring lesson on my end, was keeping them so tight with break even within those first couple of days. I should be giving them from the original out until it gets a real push out of that new recent range that a lot of these names tend to be in initially in that breakout. And seeing that lesson with SMCI was the last one. And it was, okay, I have to be willing to buy this thing back, even if it's a different game plan, a different entry. I have to be ready for it. And, knock on some wood. We got a nice 10% move that this trade more than enough makes up for those 4 or so break-even trades. So I have one more idea that Tesla mentioned in the group earlier. We're going to go over that. And if any of you guys have any ideas you guys want to go over, just unmute yourselves, just mention the ticker. I'll type it up. We can explain the game plan and go through it.